Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. If you're new here today, my name is Betty. Welcome to AZ family. If you're a returning subscriber or the returning subscribers, thank you for your support and welcome back. If you haven't subscribed, please consider supporting this channel by subscribing. I really appreciate that, guys. You have no idea. So today I want to talk about a different topic. By the way, for all the new people here, this channel, we talk about anything and everything. Today we can talk about relationships. Tomorrow we can talk about parenting. The other day we can talk about immigration. This channel is free to talk about different topics. So we are not like an immigration channel. And every time I share anything immigration here, just know I want to give a disclaimer that I am not an attorney. I am not an immigration lawyer, who can give advice, legal advice. I just share what I read, what I hear, and things like that. So every time I say something here, just know I'm not perfect. Go back and dig into details. Even if sometimes I can say something and maybe that has changed. Immigration changes all the time. And that's why most of the time I avoid doing a lot of immigration videos, just because things change and I'm not able to keep up with all these immigration things. So things change. So anytime I come here and share immigration videos, just so you know, go back and dig deep, go to the USCIS page, dig deep, read more, get more information about it. You can get an immigration lawyer and find out more about that, because every time I talk about something, I'm 100% sure what I'm talking about, it happens, So you can just take that point and say, okay, I'm going to read more about this because Betty talked about it, and let me read more about it. You can get even more deeper information, because what I touch here is just the basic, just on top. So today I will talk to you guys about changing from B1, B2 visa to work visa, getting a chance to work in the US. When you get a visitor visa coming from your country, coming from any country to the US, you're getting a non-immigrant visa, and your purpose should be just to visit only, either for whatever purpose you gave the embassy. You're coming here either for an event or business meeting, or you're coming just to tour, leisure, stuff like that. Your purpose is to visit. Your purpose is not to come and work. So that's why when you come through the airport, if they ask you what is the purpose of your visit, if you tell them I'm coming here because my cousin told me if I come here I'm gonna be able to find work, they would deny you. They would deny you entry. They cannot let you. If they know that your purpose is not just to visit, they would deny you entry. So your purpose, remember, is to come visit. Do anything you tell the embassy, stick with that. Don't come and start changing stories. As soon as you get to the airport, you change stories. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking as soon as I get there, I'm going to change it to student visa. If you do that, then they will deny you, because they will know for sure this person has other intentions. Their intention is not just to visit. They lied to the embassy. And there is one thing you can do wrong, is to lie to immigration, because they don't like that. You tell them the truth, stick to your purpose, and even if you come to change later, nobody says you cannot change to any other visa if you want. As long as you're doing it the right way, then you're not going to be in trouble. But the problem is you come, decide to overstay, which people call overstay, and then just disappear and not do anything about it. That would be terrible. It's so hard for you to survive in these countries, not just the US, even in other countries. It's very difficult to survive without papers. And people say papers meaning the right documentation. It's really hard to survive. And in the US, once you come and decide to adjust your status to something different, chances of getting a work permit are very high. You can get a work permit after a period of time, as long as your case is still with the immigration, then you can be able to get your work permit, which I find US very fair, because they give work permits to a lot of people, and so many people in this country here, they're still on their work permit. That's why you see some people are not able to travel, going back to their countries, because they're still on work permits and they are working on their papers, but at the same time they have the work permits, they are working. Some places like Europe, I don't know if they do that, but US, they'll give you a work permit, you get a social security, so you are able to work as you're waiting for your papers. So it's very, very important to make sure your case is with the immigration, so that you can get a work permit and able to support yourself. You are able to file your taxes, you're able to support, you're able to do your everything you want to do, like any job you want to do. When you are with when you have the work permit, you are free to work anywhere you want. It's there are no restrictions of saying, oh, you cannot. Well, some jobs requires you to be like a US citizen, but there are so many other jobs that don't require you to be a US citizen, because obviously some jobs they want you to be like a US citizen. I'm not going to go into details with that, but you're not going to go for those ones. There are other many jobs you can do when you have a work permit. You can open a bank account, you can drive your car, and I don't know about some states, but I've seen somebody who bought their home with they have their work permit, they don't even have the green card, but they are able to buy their first home. So there are so many opportunities and so many things you can do when you still have a work permit. So it's very important, and I will insist, when you come and decide not to go back, you come through with a B1, B2 visa, you decide not to go back, or something happens and you're not able to go back, don't just sit there and wait for your documents to expire, and just make sure you do something about it. So number one thing I can say is, sorry guys, let me get my mic because it's about to disappear from me. Yeah, as I said, I'm not in any way professional about this, so you might realize sometimes I do some stuff on my videos. Sorry, I know when I touch my mic it makes some noises. So number one, you can adjust your status from visitor visa to marriage. If you come here and meet US citizen, like husband or wife, you fall in love for real. It's not for papers, it's not for fakeness. Purpose of, you are in love, you want to get married, and your husband or your wife loves you so much, they don't want you to go back to your country, they want you to stay with them. Of course, love happens, and immigration doesn't tell you not to love. So if you come here and fall in love genuinely, and you fall in love, you get married, then you can adjust your status from B1, B2 to marriage visa. So that is I think the easiest. So yeah, that is the easiest. And remember guys, as I said, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying the things that I know they are legal, they happen. If getting married to a US citizen, it's one of the ways you can use to adjust your status from a visitor visa. So number two is to change to student visa. If you come here and decide you like the schools here, and you want to adjust your status from visitor to student, then there are those options. You can adjust your status to student. Remember, working when you go into student visa, you're still an international student. You need to be prepared financially, the money to pay. Even some of these visas, actually most visas, adjusting and all that, you have to pay fees. So it's possible you can adjust from visitor to student. So guys, go into details, go deeper into this and find out more information about this. Sometime you can get a school and decide to go back home and come with a student visa. They can ask you to do that. So I feel like it's very important when you want to adjust status to get an immigration lawyer who can advise you more, because you can get somebody advise you. It's easier if you go, the school have already accepted you, everything has gone right, so you decide to change your status. Why not? Your visitor visa is still valid. You can go back to your country and have it adjusted and come with a different visa, and there is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we fear and we get scared of getting denied when we haven't even tried. You have to try. Don't listen to stories. Don't listen what Betty will say, that, oh my God, it's so hard. Who said it's hard? You have to give it a try. If you don't give it a try, you're not able to know if it's possible or not. You know what I mean? So just so you know, it's very important to give it a try. You can do something, get an opportunity that other people didn't, your friends did not have, and then you'll be a living testimony. You'll tell them, oh yeah, it's doable. I did it, Another thing is, if you come here and get a job with the company. Maybe you are a doctor. I'm sorry, guys. I do my videos in the morning, and in the morning I always find myself clearing my throat because I just woke up. I've had just a cup of coffee, that's all. So you can be working, maybe get an IT job, work as a doctor, working as a nurse. You get a very good job, those good jobs, and then the company is willing to get a work permit for you, to file for you, to do the process for you. If the company is willing to do it for you, then you're good to go. You're lucky, Let's say those big companies like IT companies, and you have very good qualifications. They are what they are looking for, because a lot of companies here, they are desperate for workers and they want to hire. A lot of like all companies are hiring in the US. I cannot tell you the company that is not hiring. Most companies here, they're desperate of workers. So if you have good qualifications, top qualifications, and you're good, of course, you're smart, they will hire you. And if they want to file for you, then you're good to go. Some companies, they're not willing to file for you. So you have to find out if they're willing to petition your green card or do something for you. If they're not, then no need of getting the job, because they're not going to hire you without a work permit. Okay, if you're rich Mdosi and you decide you're coming here as a visitor, but then you have seen great opportunities and you want to start a business, you have lots of money, uko Mdosi, you have money, you want to start a franchise. You want to start a business, you have great ideas and you want to invest big here or start a company here, something, you can do that. You can adjust. Well, money talks. Money talks. You can change it from B1, B2 to business visa, starting a business, so that is different from getting a job. You can get a job or start a business. That is something a lot of, I don't know, for me, that requires you to have good money for you to start a company. It's not just come here and say, oh, I'm going to sell shoes. No, you have to start a good business. Another option is Asylum. If you come from a country where your life is in danger and you know for sure that your life is in danger and you're not able to go back because you fear persecution, you fear that something is going to happen to you, you have been in danger all this time, and now you come to the US, you find peace, you find that this place is very peaceful, and you don't want to go back to the same stress and same risk. Something will happen if you go back. As soon as you go to your country, you fear, you don't know if you're going to be alive tomorrow, because chances of getting killed are high. If you are going through all that, you come to the US to visit, you decide, and you can you can file change to asylum. Again, as I said, you don't get in trouble for adjusting status. You cannot get in trouble for adjusting your status to whatever you want to adjust. The only thing is they can either say yes or say no. That is the only thing they can say. It's not like you adjust your status and then you're in trouble. Boom. No. You adjust your status because you know what you're doing, and as long as you're doing the right thing, you are able to get your visa. So when you adjust your status from visitor to asylum, that means you have good reasons and you are able to convince them and able to show them and able to prove that for sure I am in danger, for sure I fear persecution, for sure if I go back this will happen to me. Then they can be able to give you green card. First of all, they won't give you green card right away if you seek asylum. Yes, they will give you they will either give you they can give you green card after your case has been approved right away. Sometimes it can be pending, because sometimes if you don't pass the interview, if they don't accept your case, or they don't, if you don't get it the first time, they will still give you work permit. It can take forever. It can take years sometime. And it's not just the asylum, even the marriage visa. If they don't accept your case, they can take forever. And nowadays, if they want to drag your case, immigration can drag your case until you give up. So it's not just the asylum. If you're lucky, they can approve your case very, very, very fast. And within few months, you have your green card. And if not, then they can drag your case, God knows, but you still get your work permit after some time. Remember, when your case is with the immigration, sorry, I'm trying to get my, people who have morning allergies, maybe they understand me. You feel like your nose is running and everything. Let me go back a little bit. Remember, guys, when your case is with the immigration, you are able to get a work permit. So it's better than not having a work permit at all, because when you have a work permit, you can be able to support yourself. Imagine if you're in these countries and you don't have a work permit at all. It will be terrible, it will be scary. So another thing, some people might think, if I come to the US and have children, I will automatically become a US citizen. No. If you come here pregnant and have your kids here, your child will be lucky to have to become a US citizen. But for you as a mother, you are not a US citizen. And so if you raise your kids here and decide not to go back at all, you can raise your kids until they are age of 21, and they will petition for you. They'll file for you when they are the age of, from, is it 18 or 21? I believe 21. They can file for you. They can change your status. They can do something for you when they're grown, but those are many years. What are you going to be feeding them? What are you going to be doing all those years? Yeah. So you need to take care of that as soon as you come to this country, and you know that you came with B1, B2, and now your status, things have gone the way they've gone, and you've decided to change very fast. Don't wait until your visa is expired. Remember, when you come through, they'll stamp 6 months for you. Sometimes it's not even guaranteed, you can come through the airport and you get somebody who is having a bad day, and they'll give you 3 months, or they'll give you 2 weeks, depending, So in most cases they give 6 months. So if you get your 6 months, make sure you act fast. Don't let your visa expire. If you are planning to go back, don't let your visa expire, because that means if you stay over the 6 months, then you have to go through a whole lot of struggle to have it, to fix the problem. The best thing is to just get out before the 6 months. If you decide to stay over the 6 months, then do something about it. Don't just, I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So these things happen. Not everybody comes to the US with with green card, because I think as YouTubers we have we always talk about it, and everybody might think, oh, everybody in the US have green cards. Not everybody have their green cards. And also another thing, I don't know about your country, but a lot of Kenyans, they have a habit of, as soon as you see someone in the US or they see someone on their live videos, they'll be asking, how did you get there? How did you go to the US? That question for me, it makes me feel like, why do people feel so comfortable to a point of asking that question? That is the first thing that people ask. How did you go to the US? Let me tell you, we have to be real. Sometimes some people can decide to do these changes and don't want everyone to know what they are doing, and they want to keep it private. And then there you are in front of everybody. Oh, how did you come to the US? And by the way, not just the people online, even here, you can go to visit someone and tell them, oh, I'm new in the US. And then they'll ask you, oh, did you come with a green card or you came as a visitor? It just makes somebody very uncomfortable. And especially people who come here with green card will make it look like everybody has to have a green card. Not everybody has to have a green card. You need to understand, not everybody wants to share their struggle, the journey with the immigration. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, because who will want to tell you, oh, I came here as a visitor, and now I have decided to stay, and now I'm working on my papers. Such things, such stories you want to share when you are very comfortable with someone. And sometimes you just don't want to jinx it, and sometimes you want to keep it under until everything works out for you, because not all the time you're guaranteed when you adjust status, things will happen. And I'm not saying that people are hiding anything. It's just that sometimes you don't feel very comfortable to share the whole story, especially when things are on the process. If everything has worked out for you, maybe you can sit down and share. I came here and I adjusted my status. But when you're in the process, you don't feel very, very comfortable sharing. So be mindful when you see someone in the US, right away you want to throw in a question of, how did you go to the US? What did you do to change? Or some people, they will know for sure you came with a visitor visa, and then they'll be, oh, how did you, I know you went to the US with a visitor visa. How did you change it? Maybe they don't want you to know. Some people, they can get married and the marriage don't work out, and then they start the struggle for divorce. Now the papers are messed up. Your intentions was for love. This marriage did not work, and now you're going through a whole lot of struggle. Some people, they can come here to join their spouses, or some people, they can come here through student visa, and then for some reason it's expired and you're not a student anymore, and you're going through a whole lot of struggle finding ways to adjust your status. There's so much when it comes to immigration the way someone is here, it can be very sensitive, and not everybody is willing to share. I hope you guys understand my point, because let's be real, you don't find everybody who here that is their papers are 100%. A lot of people are still struggling. A lot of people are still waiting. A lot of people are still on their knees praying to God. Some people, they will ask you, oh, how come you're in the US, your children are still stuck in Kenya? How come you never bring your husband? How come you never bring your wife? How come? And let me ask you, who would wish to live in this country and leaving their family back home? Just know they are working on something. That is the reason the family is not here, is because whatever they are working on, whatever papers they are working on, they are not ready yet. When the time comes, they will bring them. Some people, they will even say, hey, that one, she went to the US, she left her children here. She went to the US, she left her husband. She even decided to go and get married to someone else because she abandoned her husband. He abandoned his wife. We just judge people, and we don't know the story. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. We really don't know. So don't be very judgmental. When you see kids and say, hey, what are you doing here in Africa when your mom is enjoying her life in America? Look at these kids. They are enjoying, they're suffering. Their parent is, and some people, they are here, they don't even have the money because they don't have a job. Maybe your papers did not go right. Maybe you are denied and you're still here and you're not able to go back, because if you go back, you're not able to come back. So you're still trying to struggle to fix your papers. And at the same time, you're not able to find work. It's such a struggle. Everybody has their own different story, So guys, that is all I will share for today. May God bless you. May God help us to understand the struggle that people go through in diaspora. This is not just for the people in the US. People struggle so much when it comes to papers. If you got your papers easy, thank God. Kudos to you. Great. If you want green card, it's oh my God, that's the easiest. If you're trying to adjust and you're still waiting upon the Lord, may God come through for you. May God give you the victory. May you get the visa you're waiting for. I pray that may God reunite you with your children. May God reunite you with your husband or wife. I really pray good things upon your life. Nobody should judge you because you are trying. As long as you're doing things the right way, you don't have to worry about what people will say. Even if it takes 10 years, even if it takes 15 years, sometimes it can take so long and we give up. Just don't give up. Just know that God is gonna come through for you someday. And I really pray for everybody that is going through adjusting their status and the papers have not come through yet. A lot of people that are going, you thinking you've met the love of your life, you got married, and now you're going through all this separation, and papers are involved, and children are involved, all these things. I pray for you in Jesus' name. May everything work for you. We want the best for everyone. So God bless you. Take care, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye guys.